taking a look at the bracket I have up on screen, you can see it's 16 fantastic players, all facing off. Round one is going to be replay casts, and then we're hoping to shoot for round two and onward to all be played live, but we're going to figure that out as we go. I think we can go ahead and hop right in. We're going to be seeing tflame versus YerAnd up first. Let's take a
Yeah,
look at their
absolutely.
draft.
Also worth noting that tomorrow, the plan is that there will be a live cast of Obi Rights versus Tabsies.
Yes.
Tabsies, excuse me. And that will be our one, I believe, our one live match for the first thing.
That's true. We are
First
going to
round
have a
here.
live round one, right? So hopping into the draft, we are doing our normal SCL6 draft style with a ban, a restrict, a doubled pick, and a single pick. We're going to have tflame banning out Veranda, while YerAnd is going to ban out Tayan.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense for T-Flame because Veranda is one of YerAnd's comfort picks, and T-Flame does not enjoy it very much. Tan, just YerAnd's typical ban, so that also makes a lot of sense.
Yep, tflame restricting out Balcony. YerAnd is going to go ahead and restrict Ballroom. And then tflame is going to double Redwoods, which I like. I think on paper here, tflame is obviously the lower seed, and I think on paper most people would put YerAnd taking this victory. So I think Redwoods is a good option for that because it's a venue that feels a little swingy, where you feel like you could sneak by a spy win and get away with a sniper win. So I think that's a solid double pick by tflame here, with YerAnd picking High Rise as his double.
Yeah, I was kind of fascinated by Redwoods because T-Flame season. So T-Flame sat for SCL6. He banned Redwoods 6 times and picked Redwoods 3 times. And my understanding was that he kind of got more comfortable with it as the season went on. But I think your reasoning here for why he went with the double is absolutely correct, and I don't blame him for that pick at all.
Yeah. And then tflame following it up with a single pick of Gallery and YerAnd. YerAnd's picks are fairly safe. You've got Courtyard, which is usually believed to be fairly one-sided as the sniper. High Rise also pretty easy. So YerAnd picking, I think, some safe picks, while tflame is going with some that are a little more swingy. So should be quite interesting. We can hop into the first round if I've got everything set up correctly. I don't have the caster name set. We are not OP Rights and Warning Track. We are Screw, Loose, and Sped Monkey. And everyone bear with me. I might be a little bit slower on the ones and twos. I did hurt my wrist, though. It does feel a lot better today.
Excellent, excellent. Also, you're not Kletos hosting. I thought I should mention.
Are you sure?
I can't be sure of anything these days. It's 2020.
All right, so we are all set. We're going to have the first round with tflame on Bling Twin in 3, 2, scoreboard. Are they trolling me? What's wrong with the scoreboard?
Dells isn't happy with the positioning.
Is that what it is?
It's on the bottom corner, he says.
Not in the bottom corner, or it is in the bottom corner?
Don't let Dells get to you.
Yeah, they're just trolling me. I'll fix it later. All right, 3, 2, 1, plan.
All right, so T-Flame starting off here as Twin, going immediately to books. I'm gonna pick up these two in specs. Not picking up the book yet though. T-Flame just doing a little cheesy inspect there and walking away. It doesn't look like it was caught though, as there's no highlight or any other obvious attention from YerAnd over that little maneuver. I take that back. We pick up a highlight as T-Flame goes to the window. Innocent watch check, but clearly that was more caught than I thought, as... Or that could just be a twin highlight as well, though. It's hard to say. Meanwhile, T-Flame red tests away Iris, selection target, who walks away, and just sitting here talking now. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the little camera shake suggests maybe it wasn't, especially as the laser comes over the hover on us once again.
Yeah, pretty dangerous position to be in as a highlight this early on Redwoods, but there are a couple others that have been picked up. I think Mom was at Red Books. I'm not sure where Seek was.
Yeah, not great, especially with the ambassador sitting there right next to us. Very easily they have that mission credited as well here by YerAnd. So I'm not sure what position T-Flame is in right now, but with kind of 2 minutes left and only the one inspect done, it doesn't feel great if we're going for mission completion here. And Redwoods is deceptively easy to time out on, I've certainly found.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's larger than it maybe looks from the outside, and mission sites tend to be further away than you might think. So at least I've had some difficulty getting mission progress done correctly, but T-Flame's definitely played a lot more Redwoods than I have as well. So let's see what he has in store here for the last minute 45.
Yeah, and Redwoods with the just kind of the design of it feels like you can have some kind of mission plans. Most venues you kind of play a little bit more improv and you kind of figure out as you go. I feel like on Redwoods there are some strategies that you can just straight up go with. We go for a reverse drive-by as the AMBA passes through, and we did have Oprah and Salmon covering that arm. We saw it from the spy view, and it looks like it got away clean. We still have a delegate in pocket. He might throw this off, throw the delegate out after contact here.
In the end of red.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I don't think it was visible on the sniper camera at all. We had a little bit of tree cover as well as the two cast members that you mentioned. So we're actually in okay shape here. We're down to a minute 10. We still have no flirts though. So if T-Flame's gonna win at this point, we
He,
choose not to flirt again as
yeah.
well. So this is gonna be a flirtless game.
I think so too. I mean, why not flirt when he's there in combo with the seduction target? So he's got to be going for a flirtless game. He's going to finish out Inspect here at the red books, and then it's going to be a tale of what is the fourth mission going to be.
That's the question. But again, it's so hard not to credit just having flirt done here anyway if you're YerAnd, especially on Redwoods where there's confusion and occlusion. I wonder if a shot's just gonna come off here anyway.
Redwoods with confusion and occlusion. That is right. And the shot goes off. Wow. The shot goes off for just an innocent book return. I wonder if we broke any kind of animation here.
I'm guessing the early play at the beginning where we stopped at bookshelf and then just walked away after the one inspect was caught, because it seemed like maybe we were being tunneled a little bit more carefully than otherwise we might have been.
Right. Surprising shot from your end. Not surprising that he got the correct shot, but just the timing of it to me is a little bit odd. Maybe he's thinking that microfilm had happened, and so putting the book away was finishing the microfilm mission. Some people in chat are saying an early return. Nonetheless, YerAnd is going to pick up the first point on Redwoods here. With I thought it was a pretty solid game by T-Flame overall. I really thought he was going to get away with that. Let's take a look at the bug really quick from sniper side. Oh yeah, not only did we have two cast members blocking it, there was also trees, so completely clean. Loading into the next game, we're gonna have YerAnd on Irish. What is her name in here? Perfect. And 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, so YerAnd looking to pick up an early 2-0 lead here. I'm not sure what the stats were for the last SCL season on the spy versus sniper wins. Look at that bouncing by Kane, picking up an early low light from T-Flame. But yeah, I'm not sure whether Redwood is considered spy-sided or sniper-sided, or if it's fairly even. It feels to me like it maybe should be spy-sided with all the occlusion and a lot of players who are kind of unfamiliar with it, especially going into it. But I'm not sure what the reality would be of that, or if my gut is wrong.
To me, it feels like early Taiyan, when Taiyan first came out, where you can get away with missions as spy, and it feels a lot easier than other venues. But on the other side of that coin, as sniper, it just feels like you can kind of intuit who the spy is, rather than just camping and mission counting. You can kind of see who's going for those kinds of wins. It's a little hard to explain, but it feels like very much like early Taiyan to me, where you can kind of just figure it out without having to watch all of the missions. We're going to walk with the ambassador, but we don't take the bug. Going for the real contact, it might lead to a bug.
Yeah, really zoomed in on there by T-Flame. And I think that was being watched very carefully, so maybe that's a good play to throw some suspicion off instead. And I definitely know what you mean as well about this being similar to early Taiyan. And I had a point that I've just completely lost, so let's just move past it.
I was going to say also, that's a lot of respect from your end over to T-Flame by not taking that bug, by not going for a contact into the bug ambassador there, hoping that the sniper is distracted. That's a lot of respect that YerAnd is showing T-Flame by not taking that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in this tournament is certainly a player to be respected, I think.
Sure.
I think everybody here certainly earned their invites. It's also worth noting that we seeded this largely based on the Pondoob tournament elo charts, with a couple minor exceptions. But yeah, in general, I mean, everybody here I think has a chance to beat anybody else on any given day. And that's certainly one of the appeals of the format that we put here. Also, what I was going to say earlier is that we have chosen to just use the standard SCL6 mission layouts at all times. So everything you will see here throughout the tournament will just be using these standard SCL6 mission layouts.
There we go for the walking bug on the way out of the window pad.
Yeah, I think it was clean. No real reaction from T-Flame, and even though it was on screen, pretty good cover there, all things considered, with the sniper angle.
Yeah, looking at sniper view, I'm not liking T-Flame's camera movement here. He's kind of shaking back and forth between the trees, and I worry that he might be missing stuff. Obviously, we missed the bug. There's not much else going on, but he doesn't know that from his perspective. YerAnd going for an innocent book return on blue.
I assume so. Let's see if we put it back. We've been here. That should be the last cycle. Yep, there it goes. It goes back.
Yep.
And we pick up the low light for the correct book return. T-Flame paying a lot of attention to the etiquette and rewarding the correct book knowledge.
Yeah, it could also just be that, like, who would do an innocent book return with this little time left? Like, the spy just doesn't have time to waste to do innocent book returns. Now, we know that it was, I believe, so that YerAnd could get a flirt there. Seduce now wrapped up. We've got one more mission that we need to do here as YerAnd. It looks like it's going to be a delegate, either a direct take or sending someone to bar.
I think it's going to be a direct, given how quickly we just walked into the conversation, flirt, and then left immediately. Yeah, there's a direct delegate. We're low lit. I don't think T-Flame's even paying any attention whatsoever. And I think that this is just going to be a clean mission win.
And you're right, YerAnd walks away with a clean mission win. So YerAnd going up 2-0 in the set. I am going to try to move through these pretty quickly because we have a lot to cast today. We can take a quick look at that bug and just see how that looked again from sniper side. Here we go, sniper side bug. Can't see the hand. You've really just got to suspect him for the path there. So not too surprising. T-Flame stepping in as spy on Sorry, who's listed as orange. There we go. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And sorry, jumping back to what you were saying about the formatting, I also want to mention our overtime rules are a little bit different than SpyParty Competitive League 6. We've chosen to do an infinite set of best of fours on the two doubled venues until somebody wins by 2 points. So a 3-1 or a 4-0.
Yeah, it's definitely a different format than usual. We thought it would maybe be a little bit more fair this way, doing it, than missions versus points or something like that. And hopefully we'll get to see it in action here and judge for ourselves.
Yeah.
But getting back to this, T-Flame just playing it cool here. No mission progress done once again, down to 250. And being down in the 2-0 hole, especially to a player of the caliber of YerAnd, certainly doesn't feel good, and I can understand why it would make you reluctant to go do stuff. But I think T-Flame has to start, doing stuff here. Not really. Maybe he's just looking around to set up a frame or something, but I mean, it's hard to say exactly what's going on.
Yeah, well, and it's also a little bit rough. I think most spies are looking for, we're going to go for a green watch check at the fireplace, but usually you want to work on your flirt first is what we typically see, and with General being at that bookcase, and you can't really do to a bookcase there without being a heavy suspect, and he probably doesn't want to start off with an inspect, he's probably waiting for his seduction target to get to a place where he can work on flirt.
Yeah, I like the choice of time ad there as well, knowing that time is ticked away and you're probably going to need more time to finish. We're going to go join General at windows now. A very respectful distance, a white flirt 23% getting up. But, I mean, given the time ad now, we're in a much better shape than we were even right before we did that. We're going to go pick up a drink now. I'd assume we're not going to direct Purloin because that would be crazy. But we will pick up the delegate, I'm sure, and see what we do with that.
So that was taken at about 2:27. Delegate timer lasts for 60 seconds.
Yep, absolutely. We're gonna go step in here. Looks like Twin would be our delegate target with the drink in hand already. Might be close. If we fire it off, maybe it'll be Smallman. Hard to say.
Smallman would be. There we go. There's the delegate to Smallman, who should probably be credited bug with the position that he was just in.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be close. I thought maybe that Smallman was slightly further away than Twin, but Smallman I think is a much better choice. There comes the list going off. No immediate reaction here. Like, no lowlights coming off to narrow the party down. Here they come. Alright, so YerAnd on top of this. But let's see what the reaction is. Looks like we're only getting lowlights on that one conversation circle so far.
Yeah, Smallman now in conversation with an SDA, where hopefully T-Flame is going to go the route of setting up kind of a frame as well as his own mission progress at the same time on Smallman, so trying to get both of them in conversation with a double agent, or ensure that Smallman remains a target so that when T-Flame goes for his own banana bread, Smallman is also in conversation. I also want to note that General has been to both, I think, book sites, so he could be credited with Inspect, maybe Microfilm.
Yeah, looking at the reaction here, it doesn't really look like YerAnd was as on top of that Purloin as I maybe would have expected. We still have 4 possible highlights available, as well as a couple of neutral lights. So that's 6 potential suspects here, and we are not one of the highlights as well. It's worth mentioning. But we're down under a minute as well, and we still only have the Purloin done, so T-Flame has to get moving.
Yeah, probably expecting T-Flame to kick it up a notch here towards the end and try to fire off a bunch of missions. He is going to go for the flirt, which he cannot finish now. It is a green, which he desperately needs up to 74%. Is likely hoping that the double agent joins the conversation so he can fire that off. Here goes a fake contact.
And the end of red.
But no real suspect. Rocker, the only suspect in conversation with an SDA, and she walks away immediately. That doesn't get small man credited, that doesn't get general credit, and Rocker picks up the low light as well. That's not great for us at all.
Yeah,
we didn't give any of the suspects a potential real banana bread, so no shots can be induced from that. And now T-Flame has a choice to make. Do we just time out, or do we go for a desperation time ad?
Yeah, it was a pure gamble on T-Flame's part. Looks like he's going to go for a desperation time ad here at the last second. He's cutting it pretty close. Right at 0.
Yeah, 0.3 seconds left when that went off. It's a green test, though.
Yeah, the timing of that is great because it may look to YerAnd that the clock is hanging due to a pending delegate.
Yeah, Purloin's already been taken, though. He's aware. So the only possible thing is a time ad or a green swap.
Yep.
Small man gets off the statue, no reaction. Low light for general for going to Toby. Small man picks up a fingerprint and walks away, and we step right in front of Small man and immediately get shot for it. Wow.
Yeah, great read by YerAnd. Yeah, I think we're going to go for some kind of frame swap there and just hope that somebody gets shot, but unfortunately YerAnd is on top of it for T-Flame. We'll see if T-Flame can pull a round out here at the end on the sniper side. We're going to have YerAnd stepping in as, now in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
YerAnd in great shape here, especially on T-Flame's map pick.
Yeah.
Yep, up 3-0. We go step into the conversation across from the double agent as T-Flame does his housekeeping. Not a good time for a banana bread right now. But it looks like our selection target, Taft, is going to come over to us and step in right next to us. That's that diamond level mind games that you get. Always nice. And the green test for 51%. Very nice start for YerAnd.
I thought I saw T-Flame earlier checking on blinks for inspect. We'll see if he continues that. That is something that he's been practicing on his own stream, is looking at some possible new etiquette that people have discovered where the AIs must blink before they set the statue down, with an asterisk at the end of that.
Here comes a red banana bread, though.
And the end of red.
Oh, red
there's
contact.
The cough. Yep, there's the cough. And we walk away immediately. Looks like just standard low lights coming out from T-Flame here, though. No panic, no desperation shot or suspecting someone for potentially coughing. And we're going to go pick up a delegate instead here.
Yeah, really not enough gained from that contact. Even though it was red, it was a real contact, so YerAnd gets away with it and only 2 low lights on the board.
Yep, there's a highlight. I'm not sure if these are drink highlights. Smallman also has a highlight, but also has a drink in hand, so I'm not sure if these are just bar highlights or if this is a little more sinister from T-Flame here. We step in right next to our selection target again. We're going to finish up this flirt with a green test. Yep, there it is. 100%. Very nice. So we have 2 missions done, 2 minutes left. Really nice pacing here from YerAnd so far, but those are also the 2 easiest missions, and YerAnd's going to have to figure out a way to get the more difficult stuff done. We're delegating to Twin here, who's going to have to slam this book back and then walk away. We could have gone for a wrong arm bug there, but elect not to, instead just going out to Windows here to await the purloin.
Yeah, I like this choice by YerAnd here. I would like to see YerAnd go to bar as well while the list is being taken by the person that he sent. The highlights from T-Flame could have been more of a behavioral read of mission win pending.
Yeah, really nice wrong arm bug on the way out.
Timer expired.
Yeah, we still have plenty of time though. Again, we now have 3 missions done. Still a minute 15 to find something else. Even if we just go for something like inspects or just go for another purloin of our own. Looks like we're going to go into center statues. Well, center book statues instead. And we're going to fingerprint. But we could be credited for a lot of potential mission progress here, so this is certainly dangerous if we're at all suspected for that purloin.
And we do have a mission win pending on screen, which is actually just a glitch. It shouldn't stay on there after that is gone. We have a safety off toggle on YerAnd by T-Flame. So T-Flame may be reading into that fingerprint and remembering it here.
That's not a great situation. And this highlight has stayed on us long after the delegate timer would have expired. So clearly this is some suspicion further than just having gotten a drink at that one point. We're picking up another delegate instead of doing a direct purloin. And there's a print on this wrist. It's difficult though, and we don't hit it, unfortunately.
Difficult print is missed. 25 seconds left. YerAnd is going to have to find a fingerprint. Bug is not an option as it's already taken. Steps over to the briefcase to secure it as the ambassador leaves. Is going to pick it up. I don't think we'll have overtime, or if there is, there would be not many OT beeps, but T-Flame is on top of it and shoots YerAnd for chasing down the fingerprint at red. I think that was a heavy suspicion when YerAnd took that, and then finalizing it with a shot as YerAnd kind of chases down Briefcase at the end there. So great shot by T-Flame exiting his doubled venue 1-3. Not
Really
terrible.
needed that.
Yeah.
Definitely needed that win. Going down 4-0 going into YerAnd's map choice, not a great place to be in. Even so, it's still a hill to climb, but definitely a lot more manageable with that one win in pocket.
Yeah.
Going on to Spy side here on high rise.
So stepping into high rise, we're going to have transfer, microfilm, swap, and fingerprint off. Fairly standard setup. This is a venue where you get to choose your missions a little bit as the spy, and we usually see transfer and swap off, and then a toggle between either purloin or fingerprint. We'll see how T-Flame handles it in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
A little bit surprised to see inspects off. A lot of players like to have that potential center statue visit from an AI available to them instead of maybe fingerprints. But
Inspects are on.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have the wrong game. There was
That's
a
okay.
wrong game here involved at some point. Yeah, sorry about that.
Should have Alice, T-Flame Alice, high rise.
Yep, I'm there. Sorry about that.
Starting on the balcony. 3,
Yeah.
2,
Let's
1, playing it. With the drink in hand. Your orange, sorry. SDA's boots.
Yep, I appreciate your extra confirmations. Yeah, so we jump into the conversation circle here, and our selection target joins across from us. Not great, but we'll certainly take this flirt. It's a green test for 25%. That's solid mission progress to start off with.
Yeah, not bad. You really do. It feels like you have a little bit of extra time on high rise, and you can go for these fart flirts. You don't have to chase it down extremely hard, which is great because on high rise, a part of what the sniper has to do is flirt tracking. So being forced to kind of do a lot of close flirts would really get you killed on high rise. So as far as balance, I think it's in a pretty good place with the timer on clock.
Yeah, I would agree. Speaking of flirt tracking, it looks like Rocker picks up a highlight as well for jumping right next to us in this conversation circle. I would assume that that is also a flirt tracking highlight too.
A little bit of a stutter there. Was that a little bit of a stutter from T-Flame exiting the convo?
It looks like it's hard to tell if that was more just like a lag artifact or if that was actually maybe like just a misfire on the controls. But either way, it doesn't look like it was caught or at least not seriously credited, as we're still just a neutral light. We step in next to the ambassador here, no bug coming off, and this is not really a position we can standing bug, even with like a banana bread distraction. So we're just going to talk innocently, let the ambassador walk away, and hang out.
Yeah, I think T-Flame's intent with this conversation was actually to get the flirt across with Oprah, who unfortunately was taking a drink as we entered, which means that she had a possibility to leave the conversation and did. Something that when you're playing Spy, you need to be aware of when you're trying to chase down your seduction target. If you see that they're being offered a drink, you've got to be aware that they might be leaving soon.
Look at this. YerAnd has correctly highlighted the real double agent. He's sussed out who the real one is and who the fake one is, and has a highlight on the real double agent now. That's huge, and that means T-Flame's in much bigger trouble than he maybe would have been a moment ago.
Yeah, we'll see if T-Flame actually goes for a mission win here. We don't have much progress. Even though I said you have a lot of time on the clock, 76% on a flirt and 1:20 is a little bit scary.
Yeah, and T-Flame can't really know as well exactly what state the party's in. Like, there hasn't been a ton of activity, especially with fingerprints off, and I don't really feel like the party's been giving T-Flame much as far as alternative suspects go. Toby offers, we don't go for a purloin to try and induce a miss shot. We just reject. We're going to get the fake banana bread coming off now that Disney walks in the conversation. Here it goes.
And it's a great fake banana bread if you're correct in that YerAnd suspected who the correct double agent was, but nonetheless, a Civ shot goes off onto Rocker, who was a highlight from early game. I'm not sure what other mission progress she had, but it did look like she may have been flirting, possibly with Alice here, or maybe with Oprah. So T-Flame picking up a free point on high rise by going for a well-timed fake contact and framing Rocker.
Worth noting as well that the fake double agent was in the conversation with Rocker there when the shot came off. So either YerAnd second guessing his low light and highlight on the real double agent, or just misreading the intention of those highlights and lowlights entirely on our part.
YerAnd going to be stepping in as Irish in 3, 2, 1. Playing it?
Yeah, so missed shots on high rise. I mean, it doesn't feel good, but it's also not that surprising it happens. YerAnd goes for just a little flaily bug and chaos there. It doesn't land at all. I'm not sure it was caught, though. No real reaction coming out from T-Flame as far as that goes, so I think we're probably fine. We pick up a green test standing right next to our seduction target here, 51%. So as long as that bug was not credited, this is a really good start for YerAnd like usual. Like YerAnd's been nailing his green tests on flirts so far, and that's never a bad thing, of course.
Yeah, that's huge mission progress this early on high rise to get a green flirt, especially at a point where flirt pairing may not have been applied yet from T-Flame's position. So you may get away with a second flirt probably for free.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, obviously, if it ends up with a situation where you have to chase down General, then that's a lot uglier. Also worth noting that Purloin is off and Fingerprint is on.
Yep.
I think those are, as we kind of mentioned earlier, those are the two most common layouts for high rise at this point in the meta, I think.
Banana bread.
And there's certainly benefits to both. Here comes a Banana Bread. It's
Only
going
one
to knock
person out.
Alice out. Yeah, that's a really strong Banana Bread, though, all things considered.
Yeah, very strong start from YerAnd here. Gets a fantastic contact double agent with only one person out. 51% on the flirt, and he's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to just finish up flirt and find a third mission. There is a fingerprint on the left statue. I believe there's also a fingerprint on that right statue.
Yeah, with the briefcase down right there, YerAnd could in theory go double dip and just dare T-Flame to shoot. But flirt is not done yet, so maybe he wants to wait, finish off flirt, and then just go slam out those fingerprints as quickly as possible.
Yep.
But time is ticking down, and we're kind of past the point where it's like a rush situation. So we're going to walk past the Ambassador, no bug, and go try and finish our flirt right here, right now, it looks like instead.
Yeah, landing a green test here would be huge.
But it's not. It's a white test, 85%. So that changes the situation somewhat. A minute 30 with another flirt needed, and still one more mission to complete. That's a lot different than having flirt done and just needing to finish Prince or something else. Knowing YerAnd, I would be surprised to see him go for Prince anyway. But again, the situation is definitely a much more difficult one than maybe it would have been with that green test in hand instead.
Yeah, YerAnd rejecting a drink and really starting to run the clock here. A minute left, and if YerAnd's third mission is going to be fingerprint, he's got to get started on it soon.
Another attempt at a double walking bug there.
Yeah.
Those pretty much never land unless you really get a good bounce off of the Ambassador, which is clearly what YerAnd was going for, but it just doesn't work out here. So now we're kind of in a situation where we have to go figure something out. We pick out the book, and we're just going for another bug right here. It's a wrong arm, but it was pretty visible, I think.
Yeah, laser hanging. T-Flame thinking about it. Safety off, takes the shot onto YerAnd. Good job by T-Flame. Had to
Disney,
probably... Almost, yeah. Almost shot
Disney almost took that bullet.
Yeah. Let's take a look at it from sniper side again. Yeah, T-Flame probably just took a moment to replay what he saw in his mind. That's what I'll often do, is kind of just think for a moment and try to replay in my mind what I saw and see if it looks like a bug or not. So T-Flame taking the correct shot and tying it up 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, T-Flame, it looked like the situation was dire, being down 3-0 on his own map choice, but bringing it back with 3 straight wins here, one on Redwoods and then 2 straight here on High Rise. Looking really strong here, actually, and now sniping to actually take the lead in this set.
Yeah, we're all tied up. Let's see what happens next. T-Flame stepping in as Pearls in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
It should be YerAnd as Rocker.
Right now? I don't think so.
All right.
Because T-Flame was just Sniper.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, I had them in mixed up order?
Oh yeah, click date to sort them by.
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay.
All right, no. All right, we're good. We're good.
3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yeah, all right. T-Flame as Pearls.
Small men as SC. Texas Amber.
Yeah. Yeah. So T-Flame as Pearls walks into a conversation circle innocently, starts talking. No big deal. I'm assuming we're going to walk away and go pick up a flirt with Small Man pretty quickly. Small Man picks up a highlight just for being Small Man. It's YerAnd. That's what he does.
Not a bad strategy. And T-Flame's got to be careful not to pick up a false flirt pairing with Sari here, and to try to kind of actively avoid standing next to her again after he leaves this conversation.
Yep, we're going to go pick up this flirt now with Small Man, walk in, and right next to him. As long as Small Man doesn't leave, this is a pretty good early flirt. And here it comes. It's a white test though, 34%, but that's okay. I mean, as we've talked about quite a bit at this point, High Rise is pretty forgiving as far as the timer goes.
Banana bread.
Early
so
contact.
That's a green fake. Yeah, it's a fake, but only the back conversation has real. So that's real for General and Duke, and fake for everybody in this front conversation, including us. And that's not bad because the only person out was actually the SDA. So all things considered, pretty solid.
Yeah, and from General and Duke's perspective, that's a great contact for them to take because this early they really shouldn't know that the SDA is out of conversation. So that really puts a lot of threat onto Duke in general. Hopefully, it's something that T-Flame is paying attention to and tries to actively frame them while progressing his own missions.
Yeah, all these three of five or three of six venues are definitely where like a 50-50 situation is really, really strong, whether that be through a potential purloin chain or just through forcing them to, if they help you out by picking up fingerprints or inspects, especially with fingerprints off, a 50-50 can be really, really strong, especially in a situation like this where they got the early banana bread for real.
Yeah, and Sari steps in next to Pearls here, and again, we've got to be careful of that false flirt pairing between Pearls and Sari.
But once again, time is ticking down a little bit. We're down under a minute 30 now. All we have is 85% on flirt and nothing else. We still have to get a real banana bread at some point. And here comes Wheels to join us, really helping us out. We're picking up a drink, no purloin going off. So banana bread's going to happen instead.
Banana
It's a
bread.
white test. And that gives a lot more people real. Duke has now been in for real both times. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a low light come off on him, or at least a neutral light, but it's not going to happen. Instead, small man goes to bookshelves, and I don't know if we're going to chase. We did just pick up a drink, so that would be kind of a hard tell if YerAnd's paying attention.
Yeah, 50 seconds left on the clock. Flirt should be pretty easy to finish up. I think this is a moment where T-Flame needs to figure out what his third mission is going to be and go do that now, whether it be middle inspects, whether it be bug. It looks like he's going to step in to finish Flirt at the spy pad here.
We're down to a point where either we kind of have to find a bug or go center statues. We could always find a purloin, of course, but on high rides especially, that's so risky if we can't rely on a good purloin chain. But here it is. We're going into a conversation circle.
It's got to be Purloin.
We're getting offered. Yeah, it has to be the purloin. And it's going to be a white test. Uh-oh. Moment of truth here. General is obscuring the fade a little bit, but it is visible. The list is clearly gone. And zooming in, but no shot coming off. I think we might get away with this.
Zoomed and thinking, takes a fake BB to distract, and YerAnd is a little slow on the trigger. T-Flame ends up picking up the win via missions. Yeah, very surprised that YerAnd did not take a shot. I wonder if he didn't notice it at all, or if he was just thinking and assuming that Pearls hadn't been done at that point. I'm unsure. We did get a little bit lucky, as you said, with General kind of standing in the way, obscuring the fade a little bit. YerAnd was also not zoomed in. So that's going to be T-Flame taking the lead on YerAnd's doubled venue.
Yeah, 4 straight wins by T-Flame. That's impressive, no matter who your opponent is, and doubly so against YerAnd.
Yeah, this is fantastic. We're gonna have YerAnd stepping in as rocker this time in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And as you said, I mean, our intent when we were designing the guest list for this tournament, as we had talked about, is I want it to be that anyone could win any of these matches. All of these players where we think to ourselves, you know what, T-Flame could beat YerAnd, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, certainly some players it might feel like a mismatch on paper, but I think all these players on a good day can beat anybody else in
Right.
the SpyParty community. And I mean, we're seeing that right now. I mean, T-Flame up 4-3 here on YerAnd's map choice, and with a sniper win here, which is certainly a strong possibility on high rise, could be in commanding lead position to at least earn a tie.
Yeah, we still have a long way to go. YerAnd is not out by any means. It's only 4-3, but if you were to ask someone, typically you would expect T-Flame to be down by this point. As we said, on paper, he is the lower seed.
Yep, definitely true. And also, you have to factor in psychologically. I mean, YerAnd's certainly been in this position before, but losing 4 straight games never feels good.
Has it been 4 straight?
Yeah.
Wow.
YerAnd went up 3-0 to start with, and then T-Flame just brought it back all the way, running it back.
Yeah, so T-Flame picking up a lot of momentum, and this will be important. Another win here is going to be extremely important for T-Flame to carry that momentum into the next venue.
Alright, so the situation as it is right now, we're down getting close to 2 minutes left. We have 1 green flirt, a weird positioning for 41%, and that's all we got. YerAnd has really not been aggressively going for fingerprints thus far on high rise, which is a little bit surprising to me, but T-Flame also very, very competent at tracking fingerprints, so it certainly could just be the situation where YerAnd's giving a lot of respect to that ability.
Yeah, we saw the fingerprint tracking into shot on Redwoods when T-Flame was sniper and YerAnd was Orange Starry at the end there, so he was on top of it on Redwoods. We'll see how on top of it he is on this venue. And T-Flame, what? Did T-Flame just phantom a reverse drive by Rocker, or did it actually happen?
He didn't phantom it. He didn't phantom it. There was a reverse drive-by attempt there. It didn't land.
There was,
T-Flame
okay.
just saw the movement, yeah.
That is insane. Oh, okay, I see it now. Wow.
Yeah, like that's not a bad spot at all. There's a lot of cover there.
Yeah.
But the arm just vaguely visible there through Taft's shoulder.
Great catch by T-Flame. On top of the reverse drive-bys, recognizes that that is a good spot for it, considering where the Ambassador is. Well, actually, probably hard to predict that he's going to go that route, but nonetheless is on top of watching for reverse drive-bys and picks up his 5th point. An absolutely great shot by T-Flame and can carry that momentum into gallery here. We'll see what he can do. T-Flame is going to be stepping in as rocker himself in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Yeah, so again, just to reiterate the point, 5 straight wins here by T-Flame, coming back from a 3-0 deficit to start things off. An early timeout here, it's a green test as well. And we're going to go step right back into the window pad again to flirt. I'm not sure I like that play, to be honest.
I don't like it either. I feel like T-Flame is a little too overconfident right now. He's probably really hyped up after a win like that, and I'm worried that he's going to play a little too confidently against YerAnd here. Gallery is a bit of a different beast than High Rise, but we'll see what happens. I mean, so far it doesn't look like it was caught.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest obstacles to a lot of spies on Gallery is the time, and with that early timeout, that definitely takes a lot of that pressure off. The trick now is just getting missions done at a steady progress, and of course not doing so in an obvious way, which sounds stupid because that's kind of how you play Spy and SpyParty, but I mean, on Gallery especially, like getting things done with steady mission progress is so important to being a successful spy.
Yeah, T-Flame goes for a redirect off of Bookcase, trying to look like an AI, simulating that the Ambassador took the spot. YerAnd, I don't think noticed it, which I think is something that YerAnd might actually reward, but doesn't notice it or didn't like it enough to warrant a low light. A timeout on Gallery is sometimes almost required, just because there's only 2 conversation circles and they're so far away from each other and there's so many side pads, it can be hard to get your seduction target and the double agent in combo when you need them.
Alright, we're going to pick up an innocent drink here as we flirted next to Small Man at the painting pad. And we're going to walk away and just go take another sip, I would assume, here as we wait for the flirt cooldown to run off. We've almost burned off our entire time at this point, but we're still pretty healthy with 3 minutes remaining. But we do have to, again, start getting some mission progress done here. We step into the conversation, but there's no objectives here, really. There's no double agent. We don't know that the SDA is in here, of course, but this is really not a great place to be in if you're T-Flame, and we're going to have to make a decision pretty soon about what we're going to do next.
Yeah, it's a good spot for a reverse drive-by if we get lucky enough that the Amba passes, but with the drink in hand, we could very well miss it, especially coming from this angle. Ambassador doesn't go our direction anyways. We're going to go for a cross-conversation flirt up to 91%, and as you said, we've got to start making some mission progress, even though there's 2 minutes and 30 left on the clock.
Yeah, which is all fine. It's all well and good, but, I mean, time can certainly sneak away from you on Gallery. I know it does to me quite often. So we finished the drink here, and now we have to make a decision. Are we going to go for statues? Are we going to try and hunt down fingerprints? We still have time to get either of those done, but it's getting kind of close. We're just hanging out here at this painting pad, and we're going to go for a bug. Yep, there it is. Ooh, really nice wrong arm, and it takes.
Yeah, I suspect that he was either setting up for a frame swap or setting up for a bug with him stopping on that side pad because there was just no reason for him to do so. He does go for that kind of turned wrong arm bug. It doesn't look like it was rewarded. I looked at it from the spy side here on the camera. Steps into conversation and finishes up flirt. We've still got to get 2 missions done with 1 minute and 40 on the clock. One of them should be fairly easy if we can get the double agent to join, which means 4th mission, I don't know, I guess could be fingerprint. I think the Ambassador just dropped off a blue book.
Seems like time's getting a little short, though. But this is not a bad situation to be in at all. Only 2 lowlights, 7 highlights, and we're not one of them, with 1 hardtail already done. That's great, but also the double agent has really not been cooperating, just been hanging out kind of at statues or wandering around the entire time. And that's not helping us either. We're requesting a drink instead, kind of standing in the middle of a bunch of people, and it's a green test.
Yep, here's the green.
So, once again, another moment of truth. YerAnd missed the purloin earlier. This time, and that was a white test. Now it's a green test. How on top of this is YerAnd going to be?
And I believe a low light takes it if that was Kane that took. I would have liked to see
coming out.
I would have liked to have seen T-Flame leave before that went off. He was very well hidden by General and Taft there. Now he's a bit revealed. Not much of a reaction.
Yeah, but if we can get this banana bread off, like if Alice walks into this conversation right now, we just banana bread.
Here we go.
Yep, here it comes. YerAnd has to shoot. Here come low lights instead, though. No shot coming off, and tflame might be picking up a 6th straight win here.
tflame with a very well timed green contact. He hit the action test that he needed that round. He got a great bug. He landed a green purloin while covered from the other AIs, and then landed that green contact right when the double agent stepped into conversation with enough time left on the clock such that YerAnd thought he could get away with low lighting rather than shooting. Let's take another quick look at that bug from the sniper POV here. And we're going to turn. Oh, wow. If you go look at that, the door frame is covering the hand snapback. The tiny little door frame that was lined up. That's fantastic. A bit of luck by tflame that YerAnd wasn't just slightly turned. Yeah. But, you know, as Spy, that's what you have to do to win. You have to take some risks just due to the nature of the game. You've got to take risks as Spy. So that's going to put tflame in a position where he is up 6-3 against YerAnd on gallery sniping. I would have not guessed that this is where we would be at. Let's see if YerAnd can bring it back as Kane in 3, 2, 1. Playing it. Sorry, I was switching the characters.
All good. Yeah, YerAnd now down 6-3 and has to win Spy game here on gallery and then 2 more on courtyard just to eke out a tie here and go to overtime.
Completely doable.
We pick up absolutely doable. We pick up an early cheesy flirt here, walking and talking and immediately leaving and step right back in. The flirtation cooldown is going to go away pretty quick, and we'll just pick up another flirt right away. And, you know, this is all pretty good because this is, as you said, the sort of plays you need to make to pick up these Spy wins, especially against a strong sniper.
Yeah, and we do have tflame zooming in on the blink, so it's something that he is watching here throughout the set on gallery right now. We go for an early contact. It's going to net 3, 4-ish low lights.
Looks like 5 in the end. And that's all fine, but we go for a purloin as well. It's a green test, so we've banana bread green purloin. YerAnd really turning on the gas here.
Which is not, I don't feel that he's played particularly fast the rest of the set, so this is probably going to throw tflame off a good bit. It's a well-timed green purloin because tflame was distracted by the banana bread, and it ends up that tflame shoots a civilian. I believe Rocker was the one who took. YerAnd taking a point for the first time in quite a while, and we're going to head into courtyard 6-4. I mean, it was a bit early for tflame to shoot. He obviously had a lot of time. I don't think it's possible that Rocker had 4 missions done. So maybe tflame feeling himself a little bit too much. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I certainly understand that feeling as well. If you feel like you're in the zone and you're really feeling the flow state, and then you absolutely take that shot. And, you know, tflame certainly has more games to work with here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what he does as Smallman on courtyard in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So the meme is that courtyard is Spy-sided, and you know it's
is it
not
a meme?
Maybe the well, that's the question, right? Smallman picking up the Smallman highlight from YerAnd because that's what YerAnd does. So let's see what tflame does with that. Just hanging out. tflame is playing really, really slowly at the start of these games a lot of the time. Just going into an interesting conversation and hanging out for a little bit before making a move to start flirting or whatever else he does. And that's the case here as well. We're going to wedge ourselves in here in the exact center of the conversation circle.
Yeah, I don't know what tflame is doing, but it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. ST bails on us.
I mean, what Spy would do that, right?
True. tflame.
Apparently. We go for a flirt and the selection target just leaves because having none of that based on our disrespectful Spy play. But the selection target leaves and goes for the briefcase instead. We bounce off the briefcase. It doesn't look terrible, and we're going to go just in this. No, we take a weird path into statues and then walk away and just go into this conversation circle instead. All right, okay, tflame.
Yeah, that indecisive pathing there, if that was caught by YerAnd, could be really bad. Hard to tell. I don't think it was, but that kind of pathing doesn't look too great because it looked like he was going to go onto the statue pad and then kind of redirect it off. So far, we do have Duke that's being fairly suspicious. I think he got inspects, he's got the briefcase, and he's been fairly active.
Yeah, that's certainly true. He walks in here, and we're just going to pick up the green test. That's our first flirt, 37%. And we're going to just take an innocent drink. We take it, and we're going to sit. Time is ticking down. We're down to 1:30. Here comes the fake BB.
Banana bread.
It's a white test. Let's see what the reaction is.
I think everybody
No
in
low lights
conversation.
coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone
nobody's coming off for a super real.
There
Oh,
it
it's
is.
shots coming off on Duke, and T-Flame does it! T-Flame takes the upset victory!
Wow. Yeah, not surprising that Duke gets shot there. As I was saying, he was very active. YerAnd with a bit of an early shot, and T-Flame getting a bit lucky that Mom or Teal here was a suspected double agent. And wow, surprising. YerAnd ends up taking the shot. What a fantastic game or set by T-Flame and YerAnd. Very good all around. And yeah, T-Flame taking the victory after just having a crazy run, winning, what was it in total, 5 or 6 in a row?
Yeah, 6 straight going. It went from 3-0 down to 6-3 T-Flame. YerAnd eked out that one win on Gallery, and then T-Flame just takes the Spy win here because Courtyard is in fact Spy-sided. Takes the set.
Yeah, I guess the meme is that it's, I don't want to say meme, but it's very it traditionally is very sniper sided, but it really does start to become more of a toss up at the higher levels, even though it seems easy. I don't think it is. Yeah,
No,
Duke just very
definitely.
active that game. I wonder. Well, you know what? Let's find out. Let's have. I think T Flame is able to hop in here with us. I
Yeah.
was gonna wonder what some of his thoughts were, but I guess we can just ask him if he's supposed to be hopping in here.
Yep, absolutely. Hey,
T,
buddy.
Did I wait? Did I hit the cue right?
you got it. You got it. So,
Perfect.
okay, I have to know here at the end there, was that fake to frame Duke, or were you just throwing something out?
I've been ever since I played Falcon Hit, I've just been trying to do more fakes because I feel like it's just another thing where like I wasn't going for a lot of fakes in my normal games. And so honestly, I was just trying to cheese this last game and it didn't work, so I just decided to throw up a fake BB.
Now, when you were saying you were trying to cheese that last game, were you thinking about going for some kind of statue swap when you kind of curved
Yes.
onto?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
he probably
so
rotated around and
yeah.
you changed.
Yep, rotated around and so I kind of path out, which again it's not a good path, but I thought it was better than sticking myself in there.
Hmm. Oh, that was fantastic. Did you think that you would have a shot at victory heading into the set at all?
I don't think so. And I think YerAnd pretty much pointed out right at the very end. And this isn't like a, I mean, it's kind of a bash on me, but not really. But he's like, I should have known like you weren't gonna do certain missions and stuff like that. Which, like, to be fair, plenty of my games are just super slow paced. And that's kind of just normally how I play the game. I normally
Hmm.
finish with like last 30 seconds, which isn't necessarily a good tendency to have. And so I think YerAnd right away was able to analyze that and notice that it was just maybe a little bit too late into the set. Whereas if we played again, I think the situation and scenario would be totally different score wise. But that's the fun side of an invitational.
Yeah, no, that was a fantastic match. I couldn't have asked for a better first round with kind of the underdog taking